Hi there, it's Paul from Forex, and this is just an update. So, I'm going to demonstrate Forex. This is a standard MetaTrader 4 platform. Just got one chart open, and I'm going to drop. I'm going to show you how to set up Forex and just what it looks like and how it works. So, first thing we're going to do is going to go into here. Now, if you've downloaded it from the MetaTrader 4 store, you'll see it in your somewhere in here. You'll have a folder and it'll be in there. Just drop it onto the chart. There's loads of options. You can leave the only thing you might want to say is default lot size. That's the lot size you like to trade with. We'll use those for the calculators. It's not an EA, it's an indicator. So when you drop it on the charts, you'll notice a couple of things. First thing you'll notice is that it's a HeikenAshi chart, so that it replaces your current candles with HeikenAshi, and it's all completely automatic. And there's a lot of things going on the screen, so I'm going to take you through those. But obviously, if you want to open a lot of charts, I've got a utility that you can get free from the Discord group we've got, which is available on the website, called Open All Charts. I'll just show you that. So it's called Open All Charts. Hit OK on there, wait a second for it does it, and it'll open all the currency charts, because obviously you want to be monitoring all these currency charts. And when it's done, it'll come up with a message just there. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I've just closed that. So, and then close the first chart, obviously, when you've done that. So before you do that, of course, save. So that's done. So what you need to do before you run Open All Charts is right-click, template, save template, and save it as default.tpl. And then when you open a chart, it'll all look like that. So that's a really quick way. You'll notice that in the older version you had to set it up yourself. Now Forex sets it all out for you. So just flipping through the charts. I'm not placing any trades right now because we are coming up to FOMC, which can be very rocky. You can lose a lot of money, but you'll see we're having there's lots of things going on the screen. Let me show you what's going on. So first thing we're going to notice these two. There's three what looks like moving averages. This is actually a moving average, that yellow one. Okay, and then we've got this white line, and you notice it's jagged. Okay, that's because it's not a standard moving average. It's using HeikenAshi calculations on the moving average. And the same here, where we've got, you can see it goes blue, indicating we're getting into a sell, and then gold, then blue, then gold, and so you can see pretty much that we've got these three. We can see we're in an uptrend because the things here, you can see how flat it got here. You see the white line goes basically flat, and you can also you see we've got trend strength up here in the corner. There's lots of information going on here. Entry helper, this enables you, if you're taking an entry, it'll basically show you how bullish or bearish that entry is at the moment. So this is actually it looks a bit funny because we're on a HeikenAshi chart, but that's because you need this to help you. So it's almost halfway, so there's not much of an angle on it, but that's fine. So if I wanted to buy, I'd be looking for that to be pretty much green. If I want to sell, pretty much red. ATR is the 14 period ATR, which is quite useful to see how far it's likely to go. If we had a trade on, then in fact I need to show you this really. So let's find something I can put a quick trade on. Going through now, you get signals. Now you see these little signals here. There's a red arrow, that's a dot, that's a change of trend. So you see we've got a buy, then we've got a sell. So it's now in a sell. I won't be taking this because it's flat Euro Swiss. I don't trade that. Euro Swiss is generally a bad idea, along with Euro GBP. They tend to be quite flat. Let's have a look at this one. So there was a signal here. Just going to switch to a lower time frame, 4 hour. Let's have a look at it. So it is bearish. There's space for it to go down. There was a signal here which is still a valid signal, and you can see how there's these two lines here. Now down here is the trade calculator. Now that's the measurement of these two lines, and there's the price in the middle. So this is actually a valid trade. Let me just show you what happens if I click on it once and then drag it. You can see that the figures down here adjust. Now obviously I've moved that into price, but there you go. So the figures adjust. So that's a 4-to-1 risk reward if I took a trade short here, and this one is, you can see I'll move that up and down. Now when you get a signal, you'll get an alert. You can also get it sent to your email. Okay, so if I put it here right now, that's a 2-to-1 risk reward. That's quite a good trade. It's quite flat actually. If you look at the trade, it's flat. There is a minus 1.99, so it's, you know, it's very slow. It is euro dollar, and the reason it's flat like that is because FOMC is coming. So for them place the trade, obviously, it would work, but I wouldn't place the trade right now because of FOMC. Same with non-farm payrolls. Don't trade news really. So here you go. You can see this pair here. It's big rally, sell signal, hits take profit, and then it's flat here. So you wouldn't be taking these trades because you can see it's flat. See how this line is flat now. Sometimes this will come across like that. So I'll see if I can find one here. Here's one where it's not a very good one. This one here, for instance, you can see how the market's crossing and going into a downtrend. Right, it's not a very good example, but it is actually. So you can see the behaviour in this white line tells us really where the market's going. Here's a great one. Look at this. So we had a big rally up like this, and you see how it bounced, got into this area, pulled back, so it hit halfway, it hit this fib level, the 11.8% fib level, bounced back up to the 23.6% fib level, drove hard down to halfway between the 11.8 and the 0%. Okay, by then it's across here, and you can see how this line is coming down, and look how the market bounces off there. Now if you've got a strong sell, you'll notice that the market only bounces off the yellow MA. This is a HeikenAshi moving average, so if there's a weaker sell like this where it bounces off there, it's more likely to retrace. So you can see that there. You've got a nice one here. So there's a nice. You see how this is a strong sell. It's not making it back to this white line until here, where it breaks above here. See, it breaks above here, but we wouldn't take a buy. So there's a sell signal here, and in fact it hits two fib levels. Look how accurate my fib levels are. It pulls back here, hits halfway, pulls back all the way down to the second fib level down. And you can see how we've got a little buy signal here, but again, you wouldn't enter that because this is flat. You see how this white line is not going anywhere, and you look here at 4.2% bullish signal. There's actually a good place to buy this New Zealand CAD here, because it's not to do with the dollar. I'd be quite happy to take a trade on that. So let's, before we do it, we'll set up our trade first. So I'm just going to flip to, there we go. So grab this, we're just going to pop this up, say to here. That's the take profit, so I need to move the take profit above. Let's say we aim for the 28.8%, and then we've got our stop loss, and we'll move that up to just below this 200 HMA, and that would give us a 2-to-1 risk reward, and it tells you how much money that's worth. So it's £64 risk, £177 reward on a one lot trade. My big problem with this is that it is that's a bullish pennant, in fact, by the looks of it, so it might pull back to there and go up. So I'm probably not going to be trading that. There is a sell signal here. You wouldn't take that anyway because it's moving up, so you'd be looking to take buys, but it does look a bit like a pennant, so I think it's probably going to break back down there and then pull off up to there, but I just can't trade it because of FOMC. But you can see using HeikenAshi is much easier than using standard trading tools. Look at these lovely signals. Buy. There's some buys here. Of course, you wouldn't take these because it's pulling back down to the white line. There's a good buy there. Another buy here. And then we're into a sell. But you can see it's in an uptrend, so you won't be taking any sells on this. You don't take every trade that you see, and you could use it in conjunction with other things. Of course, I mean, look at this. So there's a buy on here. Look where it went. It's crazy. Dollar yen. Again, today is FOMC. That could all reverse very quickly in about an hour and a half. Sell again here. You can see how there's a nice big sell down there. And using the HeikenAshi candles does make it much easier. And it's unusual to see HeikenAshi running on a MetaTrader 4. It's not built into it. It's part of the Hurricane Forex indicator to have proper HeikenAshi candles running. So I hope that's useful. We've also got the trend stuff down the bottom, shows you different trends. So this is actually more long-term, a bullish trend. So 4-hour and daily, let's go and look at those. They have been quite bearish because look at this one on the daily. You know, it bounced off of this level here. It hasn't bounced off it. It could be actually breaking below it, so that's worth looking at. If we look at the weekly, let's see what it looks like. That's bullish, but again, it's looking to bounce off. So looking at this, I'd probably say here this is quite a strong bounce off of that level here. So I'd want to see, again, I kind of need to see a breakout. This is a W, so Ws normally lead to a breakout up to here. So it's probably a good evidence for an Aussie yen buy up to the 38.2% perhaps, or